Hello there, I'm Alger Hill and welcome back to some Napoleon Total War. We are Louis Ferdinand Prinz von Prussia as the Prussians in Darthmod, and we are taking over Prague now. We just wiped out a 2,600 strong Austrian army at the cost of 900 of our casualties. We are now about to fight Ralph Neumann, who appears to be... Now this is interesting, so this is cool. Let's talk for a second about military rank. I am a big history buff on this. Let's talk about military rank. These are the individual things that we are seeing are armies, and they're called regiments, but they're only about 300 men. Well, actually they're about 180 men because I've increased the size. That's actually really more of a company. A regiment, in the British army at least, is usually 8 to 10 companies, generally 8 companies and then 2 flank companies, often containing like skirmisher, 1 skirmisher and 1 grenadier company, right? That's in the British army, and Prussians also work from a similar British model. So it's, in terms of men, this is actually, I mean, fine. 2,000 men, whatever. I guess really it should be about 10 times, but it should be about 20,000 men. I can see that each man is going to represent about 10, right? Well, since these are regiments, a regiment would be led by a lieutenant colonel or a colonel. So the colonel, yeah, generally a colonel would be leading an individual regiment. He would then have his company. He would have a major who would serve as a kind of a second in command or chief of one of the major companies, or as the office, generally like an XO. And then each company would be led by generally a captain, sometimes a lieutenant. And then from down there you get lieutenants and ensigns. Okay, so this means that each of these regiments is ostensibly controlled by a colonel. So these are all made up of individual colonels, and there is no general, which means that the commanding officer for this army is would be a senior colonel. So the most senior colonel here, or whomever can bully down the rest of them to take charge. So he would be leading this armed force, and I guess that's the Jaeger, which I think is quite cool. That seems right, like a rifleman. I'm going to pretend his name's Sharpe. Haha. So it's a colonel against what I would assume to be a field marshal, or at least a major general, which is pretty cool. I just find it interesting that like the numbers work out in regards to like they have like 300 men and they say that's like a whole regiment, but it's not even, it's only like a company. It's around 180. That's not even 2 companies. It's like 1 and a bit. Companies generally 100 men, sometimes 180. It depends. Then again, I could be wrong because I'm not 100% caught up on Prussian military structure. I know that in 1805 around this area, Prussia did undergo a slight reformation of their army because they did get wrecked so hard by the French in the Second Coalition War, or First Coalition, I forget. This is going to be a pretty easy battle, I think. Is this the same freaking battle? My god, it is. Holy crap, it's the exact same battle. That's amazing. The one we just fought. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a hillside spot and we're gonna rain fire down on them because we have artillery and they don't, so we win. Unfortunately, this is an amazing defense. Seriously, I know I said it already, but if I was controlling this town and I had artillery, I'm gonna say one thing I found really annoying about Total War: the fact that I fought a battle here and took the town, and then I pull back and I have to fight it again. That's dumb. But if I had artillery like that, I would just mush the artillery. It's just like 8 artillery things. I would just put, you know, 3 aside, 3 there, 3 there, and 2 there, because I know it's less likely, and I have reinforcements coming there. I would put all my infantry in double ranks, all up here. I would have skirmishers in the advance. I'd have cavalry in the rear. I'd have trenches. I'd have everything. And just hell would rain down on any enemy that tried to fight me. But no, the AI is garbage, so... So where do we want to go? We want to situate ourselves somewhere that we can fire no matter where they go. Now the problem is I think they're probably going to rush the hillside. If we take the left, we could try to run for this hill. I think most likely they would pull back, but I would prefer they stay in the open. I would prefer that they rotate out of the village and try to go here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here again. I know, it's a genius plan. I will not build emplacements, but I will unlimber and just begin firing like this as I am. And if necessary, I will wheel my troops further across. What I'm actually tempted to do is actually keep 1 off. Yeah, I'll keep 1 off so that he can ride over. And then we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to march across and try and put the enemy to go that way. Because it seemed to work last time, so why not this time? Now, of course, we are weaker. We are definitely weaker. So I think maybe we should try to maintain our front ranks to be as strong as possible. Yeah, that seems like a good idea. And our second rank is not as good, so I'll just put 4 on this. These guys are definitely weaker. Let's just expand them a little bit here. There we go, a little bit wider. Okay. Put you like that. Put you like that. Nice. We have our cavalry here. Beautiful. And we do have some Prussian skirmishers, but once again, I just don't see a lot of purpose in them. What I'll probably do is just set over here and set some of that, and then I'll just probably march forward with them. And these 2 light infantry, they can probably stay here as a reserve in the event that we need them to hold any kind of line against any attackers of the artillery. Okay. Let's do it. So we will put them with some of this. Can we go? They actually do have enough to form squares, so we'll probably just build trenches, actually. We'll put trenches like that. Nice. That looks sexy. Okay, cool. Boom. Nice. And the same as before, I'm going to march these guys up. Let's see what happens. Oh my god, isn't that the general? That's the general, man. Oh, wow. Didn't kill anybody. 3 full batteries, we didn't get a single kill. I love the way they march. That sounds good. Look at that. Let's try and find their command. Let's try and find commanders. Let's take this flank company. Let's take a look. We've got all our troops. Now, how it would work, at least again in the British Army, you would have, I mean, this is really more of a company, but it's saying it's a regiment, so fine. I suppose this is then the colonel with an ensign who would likely carry the ensign for him, but this really is more of a company. So this would be led by a captain. The captain would usually take up a leading position in the front rank. He would be followed by his ensign, who would be carrying, of course, the flag. He would have usually 2, sometimes up to 4 lieutenants, and those lieutenants would take differing positions. One lieutenant would generally be near him to help command another, and then the other would be split elsewhere. If he only had 2, he would split them between the rear of the dudes, and one on each side, or another one on the rear, depending on how he wants. Ensigns would generally act again at the rear, or split throughout, or at the ends of files, so to fill up the files. Corporals would often act around the back and act as file closers. Those guys' job would be basically to kind of like stop the unit from crumbling as it moved, and sergeants, of course, to maintain control. Bayonets would not be fixed. Bayonets would not be fixed in place. As you can see, they look like they're already on. They are already on. They would like they're stuck there. It's actually not. You attach them, which I think is cool. So it looks like they're just kind of letting us do stuff, which is cool of them. And it looks like the fight's going to be along this reach. So let's go up here. Let's just set up like this. And where do we want the other artillery? I guess a little bit on a right flank wouldn't hurt. So what I'll do is I will just like that. We don't want to run, guys. Calm down. So now we're just bombarding the crap out of them. Hoping to do as much damage as possible. Why is their Jaeger just leave it? What? Look at these guys. They're just freaking pegging it. Where are you going? This guy. Look at this guy. Oh god, oh, I don't want to fight. I don't want to be here. All right, there they go. They stopped. They've gone really far.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, we do want you to run though. Just gonna keep on pounding them. We're just basically obliterating them with cannon fire, just trying to do as much as possible here. I would say that cannon fire definitely is not as deadly as I thought it was. It should be. Like they're knocking men down, and then they're getting up. Like what is that? That's not good. Okay, so it looks like they're actually trying to take a proper form on this, which isn't so good for us. I really did want to kind of set up an artillery thing here. Find some high ground. It's like I can't use these guys. Oh, they are moving up. Let's get these guys out of the way. Let's get them on the left. These guys in skirmish formation. Oh man, that's harsh.
Sir, our general is under attack.
How? Who's hitting him? Okay, so I guess now we just fire on them. Nice. Yep, they're not going to be long for this world then. We'll move our cavalry up on the flanks. Let's go wipe out these light infantry. Okay, boys, you need to actually hit something, please. Please fire on these fusiliers. There we go. And now we're just going to charge across on them. And slaughter them completely. Just utterly and completely. I get some more experience in these guys too. Just want to keep firing artillery as much as possible. Oh man, look at that. Still only killed 19 people though. Not a super fan of this. This new unit. These guys are just kind of messing my stuff up. And they're actually getting some good shots on us as well. But we're winning overall. This is the thing. We're just winning, so doesn't really matter. This is a slaughter, let's be honest. Alright, forward position. Run! Let's go, boys. Oh, they're getting slaughtered. Look at that. Oh. So what's happening here is that we are firing down the breast of their line, and any shots that miss the front, oh man, they can just pass over their head. That's harsh. That's harsh. I feel bad. Oh, they've already set up. Jesus Christ. Oh, I accidentally unlimbered them then. Oh, buddy, what's the plan? Oh, they actually got me a couple shots, too. I wasn't paying enough attention. Man, I wish you needed to move away from danger. And there they fall. I actually lost a good number of men from that. And the thing is, we just get to continue the artillery fire. Oh boy. Oh man, this artillery's hell. I would not want to be in their shoes. There we go. And slaughtered. Still more armed citizenry approaching. What we'll just do is take these guys and just march them like that. These guys can just chase them down, do some slaughtering. We do have Archduke Shah's Legion garrison, which isn't great. We're gonna form up here. See how many times we can fire on this and kill them. Come on, calm down. Just trying to charge into things. Let's go here. Okay, that's that done. And now we'll just charge it on home. Steady, steady. They're wavering. They are only a garrison unit, remember. Now, there's the slight concern that there could be more pickets here. Yep, there are. Son of a bitch, we can't do anything then. I will send these guys this way then. I do not want them to run into a thing and die horribly.
Victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
Gonna charge them in the flanks. Okay, so I keep becoming silent because I'm concentrating so much, but this is fine. Get them, boys. We're gonna give each other a little rest. No, no. Oh boy, that was close. We almost died. We almost triggered the mines. That would not have been fun. That would not have been fun. Shit. Trigger the mines. Didn't actually lose that many men. Mostly killed my own. Oh boy, that could have been bad though. Covering fire, boys. Fire in advance, lads. Fire in advance. Oh man, I can't believe we triggered that. Oh, and the cavalry can't help. Cavalry cannot help. Fire in advance, boys. Think so? Are you still gonna use fire in advance? Oh, they're gonna get some deaths. Oh, look at this fire in advance. Rippling through. Oh, that looks so cool. Oh, that's so sexy. Look at that. Constantly moving. I should have used that on the armed mob. Oh, that would have looked so good. Pull back, pull back. We're not winning that. Yeah, alright, that didn't work. I wanted to try and fire advance on them, but it didn't work. Should have brought these guys up as well. Son of a bitch. Where's the rest of their boom boom grenades? Not here. Hey, they're dead. And that's it. Slaughtered them all. Wait, is there someone else? Yeah, that's it. Oh boy. Ah, we did well. Heroic victory. I feel like that mine probably did quite a bit of damage, which is problematic. Oh, look, this is the French retreat from Russia. Probably a bit more than I would have wanted. So that was an episode that was basically just entirely one battle, but also, I'm still gonna keep going, it's not over yet, but it's basically one battle, but also a history lesson. So we did lose 600 men to kill 2,200, which is pretty good. Take a look at the majority of the losses. Yeah, so some pretty good musket deaths. But we look at the kills, a lot of musket kills as well, which is good. Most of them melee probably. This is the thing, we had to shoot them. So this does leave us with a lot of no dead regiments, but a lot of weak regiments. We could loot the crap out of it. Ooh. We definitely loot it for money, but I would rather peacefully occupy it. I think that's better. He's a brave soldier, 2 morale. And corporal in gold braid, a natural aptitude for infantry combat and tactics. You know it, man. So let's try and repair this crap. Shit, we can't even afford that. Oh, that's not good. Alright, what have we spent that we can get rid of? Oh boy. What's the rebelliousness of Prague? Oh, it's actually super low. Of Dresden, sorry. Let's send... Because I have so much... Like, there's no way that'll attack me, so that's probably fine. We'll send 1 militia down to Dresden as well to try and calm them down. There we go. They're stop being such a douchebag. And let's turn off this... Let's turn off this militia we got recruiting over here. Not too much, just enough. And then we can repair this. I really would like to try and get that. Unfortunately, this does mean slow replenishment forever, or at least until this has been rebuilt. However, this can only train muskets and hussars. But that's okay. The muskets will get redone, and that's the majority of my forces. They shouldn't be able to get over... No, they can't get over here anytime soon. So the French are also pushing east. Hold some positions. I think they're probably trying to fight in Venice as well. So that's actually pretty good. We can hold Prague as a forward landing post. We have an army to the east, which is great. A decent army. We're going to have to fight the Russians with a lot of integrity. Unfortunately, it's all foot artillery, so we're going to be really smart. But we have tons of Jaegers. Just piles of Jaegers. And some trained line infantry. Good cavalry and 1 lancer for really good charges. So that's going to be fine. We're not now going to be able to do any kind of sexy movement and trading. Not anymore. Definitely not anymore. But look at that. 4 good trade things. Yes, it's getting raided, but it's still good. Amsterdam's getting some stuff as well. Alright, so this is the situation at the moment. We've only been a few turns. We've done some really major battles. We're going to try and repair that. I really wish I could get that. We are still trying to recruit a bunch of Jaegers, some Lancers, and more line infantry. And probably use them just to hold Brandenburg, frankly. Because I'm tempted to actually get rid of 1 Jaeger. Yeah. Get rid of a Jaeger. At the moment, there's actually no army here, so I need to build up a whole new army in the north, but also to reinforce in the south. But then I do have the troops in Dresden, and they are not reaffirming very quickly, but they're coming at decent speed. And barracks is about to be replenished, so that's going to start to recruit tons of troops as well. Thank God. Researching conscription, we can go down towards mass mobilization and finally get drill school and get experience for all my units. I think it's just 1 experience, but for all units in the game, that's going to be really, really valuable. A little bit of extra ability. There is still Moravia in the east, but this army is going to have to spend some time kind of bringing itself back to what it needs. And then we're going to have to try and fight south, maybe defend on some bridgeheads or something, and push down to Vienna. It does not have a wall, actually, so that's going to be very easy to deal with. It's just the myriad of Austrian stacks we have to worry about. If we can try and take Vienna and Moravia from them, maybe we could peace out, which would be cool. Russia, we could try and take a couple plagues in the east if we can if we can win 1 big battle against this Giganto stack. I'm worried I will not, but I will try. That's gonna be it for this episode, guys. I think we've done pretty well. I'm concerned about our future, but not terrified. I think we're doing well. We are still recruiting another Lancer to try and chuck that way. We have some light infantry, and it is a garrison, so if we do get attacked by a small force, we can at least put up some kind of fight. I think this is good. I'm pleased with it. I was Aldrin, and I'll continue to be. This has been some Napoleon Total War, playing as Prussia and Darthmod. I think we're making some really good strides, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.